Mm-hmm. So we are off. According to the IRC chat, the race has begun, and let's get going. Ice making a trip to the weapon shop immediately. We have nothing terribly special there. Level 1, White Magic, Ruse.
Black Magic, it looks like I saw a Rub. Yep, Rub, Sleep, Stun, and Hold. But Rub will be a little bit helpful for us, but you always want to see an AoE spell if you can.
Absolutely. And the only thing that those spells are really going to be any good for is the fight with Carry, or if you have another really tough single enemy, like a Sleep 2 or a Hold, if anybody's susceptible to status will get caught by that.
It looks like we have some nice cheap cabins this time around. Not too bad.
Real estate will be cheap.
Hopefully the houses are just as cheap.
Mm-hmm. And Ice is getting some levels here.
And it looks like Edge and High Spirits are heading right for Garland's castle. Yep.
Figure no AoE, you might as well just go kill Garland. I actually kind of I actually prefer Ice Blue's strategy here, getting a few levels early, so it's a little more survivable going into Temple of Fiends, because you don't want to wipe and start back over at Canaria.
Oh yeah, I agree completely. It's just a little bit safer. Plus, it gives you a little more money to get some of the things. Even a cap improves your absorb, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, by 1, I believe.
Well, better than nothing.
Yep. Edgeworth getting some money in those top 2 chests. And Ice is making a dash to the Dwarf Cave, where he will find a house.
That's interesting.
And the 1 gold chest. And he says, I'm good. Let's go ahead and go somewhere else.
Yeah, I kind of can't blame him.
No. No, he'll make his trip into the TOF.
So, Garland is down for High Spirits. Not too bad of a fight.
We got stuck in that little tiny space in between the Garland fight and the Princess.
Yeah, it looks like we're starting with Canoe and Loot.
Okay, early Canoe. Almost a vanilla loot there.
Very close. That nice French vanilla loot. And now Edge is going to take on Garland, probably with the same Rub strats.
Yep. Which should pay off. There we go.
Yes, as much as Garland likes to tell us he will knock us all down, it doesn't usually happen.
No. No, he's got to be rocking a high-level AoE for that to happen. Most times.
So, for this play-in race, we are using the same flags as we've been using for the entire set of Swiss rounds. Mm-hmm. So it won't be until we get to the brackets next week that the flags will change.
Correct. So if I'm not mistaken, these are going to be 150% enemies. So between 75 and 150. So the worst chaos you're going to get is 3,000 HP.
Which is good, considering we've seen some nasty TOFRs this Swiss round.
We have, and since these flag sets don't really accommodate the luxury of a high-level black belt to do all your heavy damage dealing, it's problematic a lot of the time when we've got a tough Kraken 2, tough Tiamat 2, or tough Chaos. You gotta pound through some nasty defense or some nasty evasion.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, sometimes the players have been getting lucky. They've been getting Life 2 in good spots. They've been getting Nuke and Fade in good spots.
Yes.
But that doesn't always save you.
No. No, a lot of it is RNG friendliness, as is the case with randomizers in pretty much any game.
Oh, of course.
And High Spirits with the not quite bridge.
I love that got moved into that area. I think it's hilarious.
Like, no matter which way you go off that landmass, you're going to have to sit through the credits.
Yeah, so likely what our players are going to do is they're probably going to go around past Elfland and over towards Crescent Lake.
That would be the wise play, I think.
Yeah, nobody ever wants to go into Marsh Cave with this set of flags.
No, this flag set does not foster any real benefit to going to Marsh.
Right, there's nothing incentivized in there.
No, there's no incentive to go to Marsh Cave.
Which, for the time being, I have to say is actually kind of nice, because Marsh can also be very cruel mistress.
It can be. So if you're going to go somewhere like that, I mean, go to Ice Cave. You've got an incentivized chest, you've probably got more chests overall. And you're still going to run into really nasty enemies.
Or Volcano, too. I've seen players go right to the Volcano as well. Plus you do have the item from the old man in Crescent Lake.
Right. Yeah, Volcano's a great early play because of the chest density on the second floor. You've got what's called the Armory, or the Party Room, and right there I think that's just about somewhere between 10 and 12 chests, if memory serves.
I think I just saw a level 3 fast, which is super nice.
That's great. Now, just be paying attention to High Spirit's ventures into these magic shops. Level 4 Fade.
Yeah, that's also super nice to pick up.
Pretty good pickup.
I think he's going to need some money first, but the fact that it is at least here is very nice. And then some level 4 Lit 3 will be helpful for having an AoE spell, finally.
I even like Zap here.
Yeah, Zap's not bad to have either.
It's a utility spell. It's kind of like Quad X, but not quite as good as Quad X.
Right. And you never know, it could pay off in some random place where you're desperate.
That's right.
But for sure, he's going to need some money and probably going to come back here for those spells. And I think Edge is just going right by and heading right for Crescent Lake.
Yeah, Edge and High Spirit's almost high-fived there on their way to Crescent.
Very close, yes.
I think Ice is getting a little bit of leveling out of the way early here, which I don't disagree with at all. He is heading to Elfland himself. Oh, Edge getting stuck on a river fight with a Hydra. Rub not working.
No matter how many times I see them, those Hydras are always dangerous.
No matter what. Nothing on the river is really that great to fight.
No, but sometimes you can get away with fighting the Caribes.
Mm-hmm. You can fire some lightning out there. Split pointing out Zap is an excellent meme spell. It is. It's kind of half meme, half effective. It's not 100% effective because the hit rate isn't guaranteed, but it can clear a room out. In absence of something like Nuke, it's not a bad spell just to throw out there.
It looks like we're gonna get to see what's in Crescent Lake from Edge.
Mm-hmm. And High Spirits decides not to fight those EXPs, so we don't know what they've got yet. Might find that out later in the Volcano.
So I did notice the exit spell and the nuke spell at level 6 there.
Mm-hmm. That's not a great level to have them at, but at least you know you're going to have access to them. Because you've got a white and a black mage, so inevitably.
And he gets a rod for his troubles.
Take ye to the Earth Cave. Eventually.
We also have Demarine stocking up on some stuff here in Elfland as well, and then she'll probably continue on her way over to Crescent Lake.
Yes. It seems to be the right play right now. And
I would say so.
Edge is almost definitely going to the Volcano here.
I mean, you do have the possibility at this point. You can also go north and see what's in Provoca for the level 2 spells.
Yeah, and I would consider that, but I would at least, while I'm in the area, take those chests, the easy chests in Volcano, just because you've got so many available to you immediately.
Oh, sure. The treasury is often pretty loaded, but it does look like Edge is possibly heading up to Provoca now.
Yeah, I guess it looks like he is. EXP taking out the fighter on High Spirit's side. It doesn't look like they've got anything terribly dangerous, but Rub is doing what Rub does and being very ineffective. so the mages will get some XP.
Yeah, unfortunately, his fighter is going to lose out on the XP, though.
The fighter can get that later. It's important that those mages get some early levels for spell charges, for survivability.
Sure.
Fighter's going to be a tank no matter what level it's at.
And Ice Blue trying to fight down some stuff on the river also. I don't know if he's trying to get some money or if this was unrunnable, but...
And Edge is going to treat us to the magic on level 2, who got Invis 2.
Ooh, that's a good find. Especially if you don't end up finding the white shirt. And then Warp and
That's
Temper.
a loaded level 2.
And Quad X. Holy shnikes, that is a nice level 2.
Yes, it is. It's a shame that there's 4 useful spells there. I might hold off on Ice 2 if I have a better option elsewhere.
Well, I mean, he does have his Red Mage who can learn some of the spells also.
Correct. But certainly I want to pick up a Quad X here as well.
Oh, yeah, no. Warp, Quad X, and Temper should definitely be the priorities here.
Cure 4, Exit, and Life, as we'd seen before, in level 6. And let's see how these pirates treat Edgeworth.
Well, at the very least, we do have that nice pirate flag, so we know they're not going to be completely annihilating his party.
That would have been a great flag to have for my solo thief run. I'm sure that my complaints about the pirates being a bottleneck led to discussions that led to that flag happening, so I'll take partial credit.
To be fair, I have done commentary for races where the pirates were unbeatable and the seed had to be re-rolled, so I understand.
Absolutely. And High Spirit's about to become very happy.
Yeah, and he's got a fair enough amount of money that he can pick some of that stuff up, but he's going to check out the white magic shop first.
That's wise. And this is why I don't mind taking a quick dive into Volcano before doing my spell shopping, because the odds of you not coming out of there with money or things to sell to get money is pretty low.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you can stack up everything from pretty much level 1 through 4, maybe a couple level 6 spells off of what you find in Volcano.
Plus, even just the dip inside kind of just gives you an idea of what you're going to encounter for the rest of the way, and maybe you can decide if it's worth it to go in the rest of the way now or wait until you're a little higher level.
Right. Yeah, I would say there's almost no incentive to go farther. It's really just a treasure raid at that point. Yeah, and Split is being hurt by all these rubs just like I am. It's painful to watch this.
And Edge going up to Matoya's cave. Let's see what she's got today.
Gold bracelet's a fantastic find. Katana as well.
Katana to sell, yeah.
Yep. Because none of them were brave enough or smart enough, in my opinion, to take a thief with them. I will always be biased. So Edge probably pretty happy he made that trip.
Yeah, I'd be pretty happy if I saw a gold ring this early.
Yeah, gold bracelet could be worth a ton of gold, but it's probably not necessarily a good idea to sell if you can slap that on your white mage and make sure that you're not going to die.
Oh no, this early I definitely wouldn't want to sell a gold bracelet.
So Edge is making his way back to Provoca, or at least toward it.
Also, I don't know what happened on Demarine's screen, but this creep fight is knocking her down here.
Yep. I think Demarine was trying to milk some XP out of that fight after getting down to one enemy, and it just became a mitigation of time. Decides to stop.
Yeah.
So they don't have anything really that great to fight undead with at this point. So you get the pack of Geists. I mean, Ice isn't going to do the job. Zap might not.
I think I saw a harm spell in one of the shops, so if they actually have,
Oh.
Really?
This breaks my heart.
Don't fight the stake, High Spirits. It has a family.
My heart. Aw.
Okay, he didn't fight the stake. I feel better now.
Yeah.
But doing some level grinding on the Peninsula Power up here is an interesting choice.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if he's doing that more for gold than levels.
That's possible.
Because gold right now is at a premium.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of good magic pretty early, so for sure you want to get that into your slots as soon as you can. Even if you can't use it yet, you at least know that it's there and you don't have to go back for it later.
Correct.
And it looks like Edge is heading for Ice Cave.
Wow. Very brave early run.
And Ice, I think, is headed for Volcano here.
I like that play a lot better, and I don't really disagree with High Spirits picking up levels here at all. I like this play. These are enemies you can take out with the spells you've got.
Yeah, as long as they don't have anything too awful, although these giants seem to be hitting like trucks. Yeah. And now he's gonna know pattern.
You got three enemy groups you can play with there. You've got the Zombles if you have a fire spell, which he doesn't. You've got the Frost Wolves again if you've got fire. Zap would probably be okay there. And of course you've also got the Giants, which are a non-elemental enemy.
Right. And
Tyros if you're some kind of a heathen that likes to kill those fun party dinosaurs.
Feels bad, man. No Tyro stakes, please.
Nope. No. Oh, yeah, and Tyros, by the way, Future Sight 23 pointing out that they are unrunnable. I did not catch that. So, might come a time where you have to fight the Tyro.
Also noticing, I don't know if we missed it, but the bottle pickup from the pirates.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of keeping an eye here both on Edgeworth and Ice Blue screens as they're diving Ice Cave and Volcano respectively. We're about to see the treasury, or party room. Already 8 grand in gold, another 1,000.
Oh man, Ice Cave is being brutal to Edge though.
Mm-hmm. Almost unsurprising. Yeah, this was a Czar seed, so as bad as Ice Cave normally is, expect it to be even worse.
Yeah, it's not Zarenji for nothing.
Mm-mm. Okay, a couple of nothing ball. Oh, Masa.
Oh, the mass immune. Holy shnikes.
This is why you go to Volcano early. Odds are you're going to find something that you need or could really use.
Well, at least the good thing about that location is a lot of our runners are probably going to fund it.
Oh, and the defense sword as well. That is a boon.
Wow. Very nice Volcano.
Wow. My favorite weapon, personally, the defense sword, and my second favorite weapon, the Masa. All in the same place, along with roughly 10k, 11k in gold. I'd say it was worth the trip.
Definitely. Ice is going to have plenty of money to buy all those spells he needs.
And all he needs to do is get out of here alive. I don't know if he picked up a warp spell or if he could. But I have to imagine he probably would have warped out.
I don't think... Warp was in Provoca, right? Yeah, he didn't go to Provoca yet.
You are correct. And he's going to fight those fires.
Well, as long as they don't have anything too horrible, they'd be good experience at least.
Mm-hmm. He's got a fighter with Masa. As long as that fighter doesn't die, he'll be okay. There we go. And a 6 wizard pack. Easily run from on Edgeworth's side.
At least they're runnable wizards.
Mm-hmm. And a wooden staff being guarded by those fires.
Best treasure reward, a bong stick for firefight.
Yep. The reward was the journey itself. And High Spirit's taking his chances in the Ice Cave as well.
Well, we haven't seen too much from here yet because Edge has not been terribly lucky in here.
No.
With encounters.
Ice Blue is definitely validating my earlier claim that the volcano is the best play here.
It definitely seems to be that way right now.
And another
Unless
gold chest.
Unless they find something absolutely massive in the ice cave.
Ooh, ambushed by the gargoyles.
Gargoyles are another one of those monsters. No matter how they're randomized, they're never very nice.
Yeah, it's rare that they're a benign enemy. Unfortunately, Ice Blue getting initiative on that firefight, so he's only getting hit by one of them, and he's safely through.
Yeah, I think knowing that your fighter can just kind of tank this stuff with the Masamune.
I don't mind that Wizard Staff pickup either. That's going to be useful in the fight against Carry, because Carry is susceptible to status attacks. I've gotten through a couple of Carry fights that were really, really dicey by whipping that Wizard Staff out.
Well, he doesn't seem to be chucking it, so he might hang on to it.
I'm going to go ahead and take a second here and refresh my feed so I'm as close to live as I can be. There we are.
Yes. Aside from the main treasure trove area, though, we haven't really seen too much out of the rest of this area of the volcano, but definitely nice sword finds and some good money. But we do still kind of need to get down to the treasure area of Ice Cave.
Yeah, we have not seen that yet.
And these monsters are not making it easy.
Nope. Ice Cave is one of my least favorite places in the game. I hate Ice Cave more than Marsh Cave. I don't know if that's a popular opinion or not, but...
I'm of a like mind, so you're not alone.
No. And Ice taking an intentional fight with the fires here. Being mindful of his XP, and Demarine is about to be pleased with her decision as well.
Oh, I'm sure.
RD Platypus, if only they'd brought a thief. Preach. Preach.
And High Spirit's putting that fade to good use here. It looks like Edge has decided to kind of nope out of the ice cave and will probably make his way to the volcano as well.
Yep, mitigate your time. If you can't make it through that ice cave in about 3 attempts, then don't bother sticking around. Yeah, Ellie said Edge is not doing the tin cup thing.
And we find Tail, yeah.
Now, is this worth the early dive to ice? I think we're going to have to open more chests to find out if this was a fortuitous decision for High Spirits.
Well, hopefully we're going to find out.
Runnable white dragons.
I always love when dragons are runnable because I can't stand fighting dragons.
No. You never know what you're getting with those. A heal helmet.
That's not a bad find.
No, it's a good early to mid-game item just to give one of your characters something to do if they're not attacking.
And Ice is going to make his way up to Provoca now. He's going to be very happy with what he finds in the magic shops, too.
I believe so. And with the money to purchase just about everything.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Whipping out that Ice 2 against some death elementals, or some undead enemies.
Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't work so well.
Nope. They are resistant to it. Ice gonna get his shots in on these pirates.
And High Spirits is still trucking along here in this ice cave.
TNT.
There's the TNT.
Okay.
But without a ship, it doesn't do us too much good.
Not yet. We don't have an airship or a regular ship, so stands to reason we may find the ship before that. Yeah, Split has nailed it. From this point on, you cannot progress without the ship.
Exactly.
We've seen all the incentive items, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so at this point, yes. At least for what we can access.
Right. I'm certainly rooting for High Spirits to get through this ice cave just so I can see what the treasure is, but we shall see how he handles these packs of undead.
Well, he's only got the last 3 chests to check since he did the little warp trick to get the tail and whatnot. So he will hopefully be able to get through this okay.
So to answer first C, is this a play-in race? Yes. And as Fuzzy's pointed out, there's actually 15 players, and 8 of them, the 8 top finishers, will advance to the bracket stage. And the other 7, sayonara.
Yeah, do we actually have 16 people racing, though?
We have 16 people if you include Tristal.
Oh, so Tristal is just playing along.
Because that's what Tristal does, yeah. Yeah, so 15 viable entrants into the tournament. Tristal's already booked his ticket. And we'll make sure to keep everyone abreast of what's happening from the IRC channel, what's happening in the other 3 Randomania channels when other people finish.
Right, and as our players start to finish, they'll start to move other players towards this channel as well. So, in the end, everybody will end up here. So these are all the people racing are all 3 and 2s. All the 4 and 1s and all the 5 and 0s automatically made it into the bracket round.
That's correct. Yep, we had two people finish 5 and 0. That was Minochi and Salty Fry. So congrats to both of them for making it through without a blemish on their records. The 4 and 1s also did very well to get to where they are and securing their spots automatically in the bracket round.
This kind of thing is always exciting, though, and what's nice is that we're taking just a little bit more than half the people that are racing right now, and I think you have an excellent collection of people in this group of 15.
It's incredibly competitive. Like I said, the second place and third place finishers from the last tournament, which I know because they're the 2 people that knocked me out and put me in 4th, Edgeworth and Ice Blue, are playing into the tournament, into the bracket round. Whereas a lot of people might have predicted them to be almost guaranteed to be 5-0, 4-1, and not have to be in this race.
So it looks like we picked up some ice armor here in the ice cave. That's interesting, but not too much else here aside from seeing the tail and the TNT.
The TNT may be the most useful thing here. Seeing as this is going to be a ship required seed.
Right. Ice Blue is making his way into the ice cave now, and as we suspected, Edge has made his way into the volcano, but he's gone beyond the first floor to check the other stuff as well.
He got himself an ice sword.
And some opal gauntlets, so if he needs some extra cash, that's always good to sell.
Yeah, I really like this 4th floor of Volcano. You find a lot of useful things down here. And since he's letting the mages go down to 1 HP, I have the sneaking suspicion he's going to try and grind some levels for his fighter.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Old habits die hard, and that's what we used to do with the black belt meta that we used to be privy to with the old seeds on higher percentages.
Right, and again, considering how nasty TOFR has been, it's not such a bad idea to have a super tanky fighter.
I really like the play. We have a lot of people who are not big fans of grinding, but I think a little bit of grinding can go a long way.
Oh, he started doing Agama stuff and then backed away, and now he's going for carry?
So he's really low on heals. That's problematic.
This is kind of interesting. I like to see where this goes.
This is a YOLO move here. He's really rolling the dice. throw a temper on the fighter, and just pray.
Oh, defense also.
Yeah, just hope Carrie doesn't have spells, and he'll be okay.
Wow, that was a hard hit.
I like this. This is pretty much the only strat that Edge can use, is just hope he gets the turn order here with defense swords. There we go.
Okay.
And he's good. Oh, and a crit, and it ends the day for him. I was definitely afraid of that happening. So Edge's not giving up.
That's kind of crazy though, with 3 defense swords, and she's still really whacked into that fighter.
That's the thing about crits, that crits don't care about defense.
That's true.
And with multiple hits like Carrie's got, it's more chances to get crit through that wall of defense. Usually 3 is enough to block just about anything. I don't know if Edgeworth has the wizard staff, but that might not have been a bad play, is to try and confuse Carrie.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it looks like this time he's just making a beeline for her.
I believe so.
I guess he figures he'll come back and pick up what he wanted afterwards.
Mm-hmm. If at all. I don't think anything was really crucial. Yeah, Trenton pointing out that he might go to red D, which might not be a bad play. Final 3 chests in Ice Cave, Ice Armor.
Well, with the Ice Armor, at least High Spirits is going to be a little bit better defense-wise when he comes into the volcano here. Mm-hmm. And Demarine is making her way into the Ice Cave as well, so she's going to find her tail. And hopefully the TNT as well.
Stands
it
to
is
reason.
A little early for people to be skipping chests, I guess, at this point.
Without sure progression into the northern continent, yeah, you pretty much have to grab whatever you can grab.
Right.
So we know that there's probably going to be a ship in a non-incentivized chest. You know, I might even consider throwing a Quad X out there, just in case.
It's not the worst idea, but I understand getting your fighter tempered up also.
Mm-hmm.
You can just whack Carrie with 1 hit with the sword.
Yeah, pending Carrie does not have atrocious evade or defense. Yeah, 409 doesn't do the job.
Yeah.
And right now a Quad X would almost definitely do the job, but so will a whack with the Massa.
Oh, but we're good, and Edge has her down, so...
Yep. That was a foregone conclusion with 3 characters.
So Edge is leaving, I'm assuming, to probably restock, and then probably he'll come back?
Might. I'm not sure what Edge picked up or didn't pick up that he'd want to go back for.
I would assume anything not in the treasury area of the volcano he kind of lost.
Right. There was an opal gauntlet on the 4th floor and 1 other item that was, I think it was an ice sword.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's probably really not worth the return trip.
Yeah, if he has the money, then he doesn't really need the opal to sell.
Nope. And it wouldn't be worth the time anywhere. You can pick that up somewhere else.
Oh man, Demarine with some awful luck here in this ice cave, but it looks like she's almost through. Mm-hmm. So she's going to try to clutch this out with her white mage.
Cross your fingers for Demarine.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. That was super lucky.
Yikes. I'm wondering if Ice Blue is planning on keeping that character dead.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, run a 3-man party would be interesting. Like the Black Mage. I guess since there's not a lot of really good AoE magic, might not be a bad play.
Yeah, but you also end up with Nuke at this stage.
Nuke at level 6 is not a viable offensive strategy. You're not going to get enough charges at that unless you grind heavily, and if you do that, you're wasting a lot of time. So I like the idea of having a healer, a tank, and kind of a utility man with the red hat.
I can understand that. I just would personally want the just the extra whatever charges I could get, you know?
Sure.
Because if one of the second round of Fiends does have super high absorb, and you can nuke them down a little bit.
Mm. Yeah, you're gonna have a whole other world of problems at that point. Because I would say your best bet is just ensure you've got the right weapon on your fighter, and you have a way to buff them, be it Power Gauntlet, be it Fasts, be it Tempers, whatever it might be.
These XPs down here on High Spirit's screen are absolutely spamming the heck out of the mutes.
With Masa, it's kind of a non-issue.
Oh, it is. I just find it funny.
So, RD says Max Troll is Floater and Sarda. Maybe Keylocked Marsh if Crown is hidden somewhere nasty, like Crown and Marsh, and then Keylocked Marsh Floater, just like the old days. That'd be pretty. that would be pretty nasty too. I'm trying to think if we have enough incentive items to make that happen, but I think we do.
Well, at this point, though, we've seen.
Oh, Ellie says we do not. Okay.
We've seen what's in Ice. We've seen pretty much what's in Volcano as well.
Earth's the next play.
Yeah.
And then if Earth comes up empty, I mean, you've got Rod, so you can clear it.
Yeah, but you can't get over there yet.
That is absolutely correct.
Since we're looking for the ship, I think we're actually gonna have to go into Marsh Cave at this point. Because we don't have the crown, we don't have the key.
Is Demarine grinding or just trying to throw off encounters?
That's a good question.
Looks like encounters because she's resetting. Let's see. Yeah, if the ship is in Marsh, you can certainly make your way to the Earth Cave. But it looks like a Marsh Cave dive is almost the only play, or?
Yeah, I can't think of any other accessible treasure chests at this point.
There is the Red D chest. We haven't seen that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The only one I can think of that we haven't seen.
That would be very nice for most of our runners, except for Edge.
Incredibly trolly for Edge. I have to see if Ice Blue has the wherewithal to grab that last chest. Most players do not, because it's a guaranteed 3 fights you have to fight. That's Agama on the way in, then a Red Dragon, and an Agama on the way out.
Right.
And while that's great XP, it's also a whole lot of time sink for one chest.
And we did see Edge kind of shy away from the Agamas earlier, so they might not be so nice.
I would imagine they're not. I kind of missed what happened with the Agama fight. They might have just had really bad, really high attack or really high absorb.
It also could have been the fact that he already knew his party was kind of low and he was short on healing items as well, and that's why he decided not to.
Allie is pointing out that Edge had no Pures.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
With the Agamas having Poison Touch.
And Game Boy pointing out to us that Edge Figaro has lit their first orb, so...
High Spirit's healing up.
If that's the case, then the 2 Edges are the only ones that have orbs lit up so far.
Not sure of any others. Ice Blue...
Well, he did say nobody else, though, but that could change very quickly.
Worth pointing out that was a Dragon Armor.
Dragon Armor is a nice find, especially since we do have the tail.
We do. Anybody who goes to Ice Cave will have that tail.
Yeah, Dragon Armor is very nice because it does a lot of elemental absorb.
Mm-hmm. 3 elementals covered there. If you can find the Aegis Shield, that takes care of another elemental. And then the Pro Ring will take care of death. So you get 5 of the 8. It's a nice proxy. It's a proxy ribbon.
Right.
Ice Blue taking care of another Agama. While High Spirits is very dangerously close to high-fiving him.
Yeah, I don't see too much awful on the Agamas, so.
Oh, maybe I'd never noticed anything on anybody else's streams, but that top right room on the volcano was it was a katana and almost max gold.
Ooh, nice.
It was a very, very big find. I think Edge skipped that.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know if Ice did. I don't remember seeing it.
Well, Ice is going to show us what's in the Red Dragon chest, so...
That's good. So if Ice picks up something, a key item here, it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a game changer.
And it's the ship! Oh my god!
As we were fearing for anybody not named Ice Blue.
Oh my gosh, if Edge goes over to Marsh before going back into the volcano, wow.
Yup. I don't know if that was a commentator's curse on my part or if it was just ZARNG because Zar rolled the seed, but that was a very trolly find.
That might be a little bit of both.
High Spirits will be rewarded.
Well, I think High Spirits knows at this point, since he has cleared out the ice cave, that there aren't a whole lot of places left for him to look outside of Marsh. So.
And if it comes down to going to Marsh or going to pick up one chest in the volcano, he's gonna go
where
Marsh,
the treasure density is. Yeah.
Which is absolutely Marsh Cave. As nasty as that trip is. And a man after my own heart, Ice Blue, breaking out the wizard staff on this carry fight. Love it.
Oh, there you go.
Didn't really matter, but all the same, I was happy to see it.
Alright, we got Demarine trying to get her second path through here now. Hopefully she's able to get out this time.
Congrats to High Spirits. Edgeworth is going to have one hell of a hill to climb now. Map strats on Ice Blue's side. Map strats. And according to RD, Jay Coper is in the Marsh Cave. So
oh no!
Stands to reason he did something similar.
Well, you did say quite a few of the runners choose to ignore that chest because of the 3 fights. So they're going to be not very happy when they go back.
So to my benefit or to my detriment, I am certainly the type to go into a dungeon and clear it out without leaving a single chest unchecked. And this is the reason why. But sometimes the amount of time that it eats up can cost me.
Of course, but you know, it's one of those catch-22 situations where it's never in that spot until it is, you know?
Yeah, statistically speaking, it's not a bad play. But in those circumstances where it is, you're going to be in Edgeworth's shoes.
Yeah, he's definitely going to set him back depending on what he does next.
For sure. And I do believe he is a good enough player to bounce back from that. But it's going to take a lot of luck. And he's going to have to put the pedal to the metal.
Right. The good thing that's in his favor is because this is such a large race, and I mean, we already saw one other person's probably made the same error, so
sure.
You just have to fix it faster than 7 other people.
Correct. Edgeworth is definitely getting his levels in, too. I saw level 12.
So Game Boy confirming for us that only one other person besides Edge and High Spirits and Ice have an orb lit at this point.
Mm-hmm. And that person is probably Edge Figaro, I believe.
Yeah, that's who that's who Game Boy had mentioned.
Yeah, a lot of the names in this play-in race are people who traditionally are at the very, very tippy top of the rankings in Final Fantasy Randomizer. Both Edges, Ice Blue.
When you have so many people, you know, so many good people facing off against each other, somebody has to lose.
Mm-hmm. Ice Blue is going to give us our first look at, I'm assuming, Melmond, and probably also the Earth Cave.
I don't know that I'd want to dive into Earth Cave this early, though.
Might be the only choice you've got other than the Marsh Cave. So, you've got that, you've got the Castle of Ordeals as an option now. Yeah, Platypus. Waterfall, yes, you're right, with the new map. Waterfall. Bear in mind, I'm an old schooler. They didn't have that. That dock wasn't there on the Onrak continent when I was still playing.
I think personally, I'd want to do where the more incentivized areas are first for Ordeals and Waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because Earth Cave can be such a slog to go through.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know that feel. The first time I did commentary for one of these races, I was like, oh yeah, there's docks in a lot of different places now.
That there are. And I like the additions. I think it moves the play along better.
Oh yeah, definitely. The land bridges that were added in and the docks that were added in make it very interesting.
Mm-hmm. There's more randomization there. It's not such a clear progression of routing. Whereas if that dock wasn't there, and if the crown was needed to go to Ordeals, I mean, it would be Earth or Marsh.
Right, exactly.
Mm. Split Punch saying the correct play is Waterfall. Yeah. I think it is. If you don't have access to multiple warp spells, I would say so. Like, Ordeals could be good, but you don't have any fire spells to kill off all the undead that are there. The zombies and zombie dragons could present a lot of problems.
Yeah, Waterfall is not a fun place to venture into.
No, neither one of them is really great without a fire or high-level non-elemental AoE spell.
And it looks like Edge is actually going back into the volcano.
Look at this mensch.
Oh my god.
What instincts. What instincts. I know there's the chance he left other chests unchecked, which is why he's coming back. It's either that or he's going to... Well, yeah, I guess he did leave his unchecked. He may also be using this as an opportunity to grind, now that he has the resources he didn't have before.
Oh my god, I really hope he goes back to that red dragon chest. Oh, Edge, please.
Platypus, I don't know that it's necessarily, quote-unquote, the smart play, but it is the correct one to come back here and clear the rest of Volcano out. Because it might not statistically be the best play. Number of the chests that he left behind versus where else he could possibly go.
And Ice Blue is going to show us a look inside Ordeals, which will be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, he has made the top floor, so we're going to see these, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chests, one of which is going to be incentivized.
Yeah, it's annoying to come in here just because the teleporters are randomized, but at least I think they eliminated the soft lock.
They did. White Shirt's a great find. So we have an Invis 2 caster, and we have an Invis 2 item. And the floater is found!
There we go.
Baby. Ice Blue is in magnificent shape right now.
Yeah, Ice Blue definitely made the lucky choice.
As we just mentioned, has Edgeworth.
Oh my gosh! Only if he goes down to the bottom, though.
I have the feeling he will because of what he left behind.
Or I guess that's to the top, isn't it?
No, it goes down.
Okay, I never remember which one goes in which direction.
The Earth Cave, Volcano, Ice Cave, Marsh Cave. Well, Marsh is a little different. There's like a...
There's up and down, yeah.
Right. And the Sea Shrine starts on the floor 3. There's an up and down there as well. And then the
Tower
Mirage,
and the castle.
Mirage Tower and Sky Cave are both all the way up. So Edge Figaro, according to Future Site 23, thank you for the update by the way, Edge Figaro also has the floater and the airship. So Edge Figaro is actually leading Ice Blue if he's already got the airship. But not necessarily by a lot, because Ice Blue is on his way.
Yep, I would imagine Ice is going to go right for that airship at this point.
Demarine not moving. I don't know if that's a... Okay, there we are. Yeah, Demarine,
I think she's been having a little bit of trouble with her connectivity tonight.
It looks like it. Ooh, Sorcerer's at Blizzard. Owie.
Ooh,
not a fun spell. Yeah, it looks like
I think this is her 3rd time through also, so it's got to be annoying at this point.
It's not fun.
But High Spirits, with his bridge and his ship, we'll see where he goes first, if he goes to Waterfall or if he goes to Ordeals. And it looks like, considering he's heading south, is probably going to go to Ordeals.
That stands to reason. Ice Blue will be taking to the air, where we will find out what's in Sarda's Cave, we'll find out what's in the Zardia Islands on Zardia's Seed, and where Ice Blue decides to go from there, probably, I would think, Waterfall.
Probably. Yes, Edge is going for the chest. Thank you.
Thank goodness, Edge. Oh, you're going to be really happy you did this, buddy.
He's probably going to be a mix of happy and frustrated that he didn't grab it to begin with.
Well, he was kind of on a beeline to go kill Carrie anyway. He didn't have the resources to check all the chests the first time, so he's going to be he's going to be happier than upset in this circumstance. He basically just saved his race.
But yeah, I definitely feel for anybody who ended up venturing over to Marsh Cave instead of checking that chest. My heart goes out to you. Oh, and Sarda with the crown. Very nice.
There we are. So the crown quest should be what he takes care of after checking the free chests.
He didn't know to go back, Waters, in regards to your question. He basically had to finish checking some of the treasure chests that he couldn't really grab the first time around. So he decided to full clear it because he was running out of places to check once he'd done the ice cave. So it's a logical step.
Right. Pixel, I'm not sure who you're referring to as mansplaining RPG chick here, but I can assure you I'm not, and I don't think anybody in chat is.
I don't think so.
No. No, I have a great deal of respect for RPG chicks' commentary and insights on the game, so that's not the case.
Yeah, this awesome dude requested me for co-commentary tonight.
I most definitely did. Ice Blue getting that second Opal Gauntlet.
High Spirit's having a little bit of trouble with the teleporter maze. It can be super frustrating to keep track of and figure out which way you're supposed to go in this particular randomization.
Without warp, it's kind of a pain in the butt. And Ice Blue, you're going to get some grown characters now.
But yeah, Waters also, as you play more Final Fantasy Randomizer, you tend to find that nobody wants to go to Marsh over any other location.
Other than Artea? Other than Artea, no. You're correct.
So you'll always find people choosing other places first.
And in this new meta, with the way the randomizer's been developing, I used to not have much of a problem with Marsh Cave, but now still would be kind of disinclined to go there.
Yeah, I think so.
So Ice Blue had one of the dragons playing defense on a chest there, guarding nothing.
Man, that dragon is always in the way.
Uh-huh. Another heal helmet. Yep. Cardia Islands came up kind of bupkis, but at least he got his class changed.
Yeah, so now we can start to make use of some of that stuff. It's always frustrating.
Oh, brilliant! Ice Blue checks the caravan and gets the slab as the buying item. Brilliant play. While you're in the neighborhood.
But yeah, when your inventory starts to get super clogged with all of that wonderful stuff that the knight can use, becomes aggravating.
Yes. Yeah. Sooner than later, you want to make that play. And the pro ring, affordable.
That is a super nice cost for the pro rings.
Brilliant. And High Spirit's picking up the floater as well. Gonna introduce it to the Fade spell. D-Spags says that they think there was a ribbon in Marsh, but not quite sure. I might be able to
looks like it. Looking at our that wonderful tracking sheet that they made for us, it does look like Jay Coper found.
Yeah, we know Jay Coper went down there. I think Tylo went there, and one other player or two. High Spirits is getting ready to take to the air, while Ice Blue clears out the second floor of the Earth Cave. Not bothering with the Earth Elemental chest. So we had a crown pickup, I know, on Ice Blue's side.
Yeah, we had the crown pickup, but this is just it just I almost never see anybody clear out Earth Cave anymore.
Nope. Well, he doesn't seem to be clearing it. He's taken that free chest there.
Oh, yeah.
He took some chests on the second floor. Yeah, Earth is not generally a great place to clear, especially when there's so few incentivized items left and so many incentivized places left to go. It's not really. Well,
not only that, but the treasure chests and the treasure rooms are just so far spread out in this cave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the reasons that Earth is not commonly cleared. The density is not great, even though the volume of chests is pretty respectable.
Right.
Will he? I'm assuming he will check the vampire chest. Okay, yes.
Yep, just some money.
Some change. I don't think we've seen level 5 spells yet. We have Fog 2. And we have...
Bane, Sleep, and Fire 2.
Nothing worth mentioning.
No, not really.
High Spirit's getting his crown.
And he'll probably also head... he's going to check the Titan Cave chest first, and he'll probably also go up for a class change.
Mm-hmm. Yep, RD pointing out that he did not check for the pro ring, so there goes the opportunities for some death protection. I think Edge is probably moving faster because he feels he's behind for not getting the ship earlier. So he might be making might be making some decisions based on that alone, and that's going to be a little bit of a snowball effect of not getting the things that the other runners are getting.
And High Spirits is gonna go. It looks right for the crown fetch quests.
Love that play.
I mean, you do have a lot of free, so I can't say I blame him.
I think 21, not counting the Marsh Cave.
Who would want to count the Marsh Cave?
I wouldn't. No. He might have just been getting for the sake of getting the key, but I'd probably check some chests. A little more gear is not going to kill you.
Yep, and so Ice Blue has his second orb lit, and poor Demarine is still experiencing some problems, but it does look like she's made her way into the volcano.
Yep. I was happy to see that she got out of the ice cave.
Oh, for sure. She was having a lot of trouble. It was not fun for her, I'm sure.
Nope. And Ice Blue takes care of the once assumed Elf King, who is actually Astos. Spoiler. And finally hitting up Matoya.
I always love that he gives you the crystal before you fight him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not a lot of... That's pretty Nintendo logic-y right there. Here, you hold this while I hit you. Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, there we go. High Spirits is going for his class change now. And I think Ice Blue is also doing the Crown Fetch quest.
Looks to be that way. So, Magius, since you saw the Marsh Cave get checked, did you see, number one, if any of the crown chests were checked, and number two, was anything other than a ribbon found there?
Well, I don't think they would have been able to check any of the crown key chests because the crown came from Sarda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if they hadn't yet nabbed the ship and then the floater.
Right.
Yeah, there's
yeah,
probably...
if they were checking Marsh, it was probably because they missed that chest in the volcano.
Right. I believe you are correct. And Edgeworth's going to pick up his floater here, inevitably.
And High Spirits is going to be disappointed in the Cardia Islands.
Yeah, the Disappointment Islands.
But he is going to find his slab over here, so that's good.
Sukiya, High Spirits isn't necessarily killing it. Ice Blue is a bit ahead of him, but High Spirits is on his tail. Magius says it's just the ribbon in Marsh Cave.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed anything of note because I keep glancing at that tracking sheet.
Mm-hmm. And Ice Blue is going to tell us right now what is here in the Dwarf Cave. It's rare that there's nothing, and we do have a Power Glove, so our offensive issues are pretty much solved.
Yeah, that's a nice thing to find for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You always want that on the chance that your temper mage goes down in one of the fights.
Exactly right. Because I don't think I've seen the fast spell yet, and if it's not in levels 1 through 6, then it's not going to come into play.
We had a fast spell. It was level 3, silly.
Oh, fast spell was level 3.
Yes.
Ah, whoops. See, that's why I picked you. You're paying attention more than I am.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, light axe. And not much else in Canaria. He's not going to go to Temple of Fiends yet.
So aside from the Power Gauntlet, not too much really in the keylock chests.
I would definitely dedicate 5 minutes if I knew I was definitely going to get a Power Glove.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you give me the Power Glove and a defense sword, I am a happy man. There's not much else I really care about. That you can survive just about anything with those two things.
Agreed.
The ribbon, I guess, be the third thing.
Ribbon is good, but as you say, there's other things we can kind of substitute it with.
Sure, if I had a solo fighter or knight, dragon armor, Aegis shield, pro ring, almost as good. And we are getting a nuke spell.
again, you know, even for the few charges that it does give you, it's worth having even 1 or 2 charges of it.
Yeah, it's nothing to sneeze at. As the levels go up, you'll have a few charges of it.
Has anyone been watching Tristal by chance? Yeah, I'm sure they're watching him over there, but unfortunately, we definitely have our hands full.
Yes, it is okay to talk about the runners on the other streams because their results are directly impacting the results of the runners on this stream. Everybody is playing for the same 8 spots, so please do, if we haven't yet updated anything on the other races, feel free to do so in chat. You are welcome to do that.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
This is one of the rare moments where that is actually okay to do. High Spirits about to get disappointed by some chests.
Yep, and Ice Blue picking up his Oxiel, and probably gonna go pick up his Chime as well.
Mm-hmm. So you got that slab from the caravan. Right.
So even though most of the incentivized and NPC locations have been shuffled for this particular set of flags, not all of them have. So if you notice, the chain for the key, for instance, is still exactly the same. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, the slab will always give you the Chime as well.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
But down the line, even these items will start to get shuffled as we go into further rounds in the brackets.
Right, and that's carnage.
And that's where it starts to get really interesting.
Yes. Ice Blue taking this Frost Wolf fight. Maybe he didn't save yet.
It's not a bad experience.
Well, he's running from it, so...
Oh. Okay, never mind.
I think he may just not have saved.
Well, then it's a good thing he didn't accidentally reset.
There we go.
Any resets, thank you for not killing the Tyro, Ice Blue.
Yeah. He is Team Tyro. The 2 runners on the top, Edgeworth and Ice Blue, they both have Tyro emotes for their subscribers. They're both Team Tyro, just like I am. And
that's fantastic.
Yes, it is. Great to see it. Now, I can't openly root for any of the runners here, I have to be unbiased as a commentator, but go Team Tyro. Ice Blue doing some inventory management. High Spirits picking up some higher level spells here. The all-important life spell. The all-important Cure 4 and Exit.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen Life 2.
Not that I can recall, no. But if that's a level 7 spell, I'd probably still get it.
Yeah, again, even 1 charge of it would be helpful.
It's the best healing spell in the game.
Yeah, there's a couple of healing spells I don't think we've seen. I don't think we saw Life 2, and I don't think we saw Cure 4.
No, we did. It was at level 6. It was there with Exit.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
My bad.
It's alright. I didn't catch the fast spell in level 3, so that's why we're a team. Ice Blue is making a very interesting play here. I like it a lot.
There's nothing wrong with it. The Mirage Tower and the Sky Castle are ridiculously treasure heavy.
Yes, and if I'm guessing correctly, I think Ice is probably going to clear out the 2 floors here.
Oh, black shirt, nice find.
And the Zeus.
Wow. It's
Amazing.
Always nice when you don't have to burn your own AoE charges.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Pro Cape. So that was a pretty nice first floor of the Mirage Tower.
Definitely.
Let's see what floor 2's got.
And High Spirit's making his way through the Earth Cave now, too.
And D-Specs, that wasn't even the first map check of the day. We had one on Ice Blue's screen earlier. And if you are playing the map check drink game, then yes, you should be on drink number 2 by now.
And it does look like Demarine has gotten her ship and the TNT, and she's probably also going to make her way to Ordeals next.
It's fantastic. Another great thing about this early Mirage play on Ice Blue's side is that the enemies in here are going to pay out greatly on XP and gold. The gold's useless at this point from what he's already got, but the XP is going to be quite the boon for his levels.
Yeah, and now that he's got the light axe, he can also more easily handle the undead stuff that's in here.
Yep, most notably the vampires.
All those vampires definitely are loaded with XP. Oh, and Ice Blue is not checking the second floor.
Interesting. Without ribbons, I don't know that I like that play. That's 10 chests that are very likely to have something of value. Okay, so according to Game Boy, Silverfire and the Hangry Canuck are the only 2 people who do not have the Fire Orb lit, so everyone else at least has 1.
Well, that's good.
And there's plenty of time here. Knowing that the Temple of Fiends Revisited can be a huge equalizer in this contest, nobody's out of this race yet.
Absolutely agreed. Plus, I mean, considering that we had to have... We started with the canoe, which took us all the long way around to the Crescent Lake volcano ice cave area. And then and we didn't find the floater, but we found ways to get the ship and the TNT. It was a little slower start than we're probably used to seeing for a lot of the seeds.
Correct. And while we were discussing that, we had an opal shield and an opal gauntlet. So I might put that opal shield on the knight right now.
Oh yeah.
There we
go. Why wouldn't you?
There's no reason not to. And I'm not sure if the heal helmet's better than the silver helmet, but that's an option as well.
Yeah, I never remember exactly how much extra defense and stuff things give. I just have relative ideas.
Exactly. Heal is equivalent to silver. Okay, so it makes sense. Yeah! There's the meme. There it is,
Thank you,
baby.
Ice Blue.
And yeah, that's me in the meme. Filling in for Drake.
So, Ice Blue opting not to go the rest of the way up, but is going to head over to the water cave instead.
That is precisely the play I would have made.
Again, because of the treasure density in the Mirage Tower, it's not a bad idea.
Not bad at all. So, stands to reason Ice Blue is going to the waterfall, and he certainly is.
Well, he can get that incentivized item from the robot, because we're not really missing much at this point.
It might be a vanilla cube.
I think so. I don't think there's anything else it can be at this point.
Right, and yeah, Ollie actually pointed it out. He doesn't have the cube, so he had to leave. There was no way he was going to get up to the
Oh, yeah,
Sky Cave.
Thank you. Hello.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
High Spirits picked up his chime as well. So maybe he'll do the same thing that Ice Blue did and clear out Mirage Tower before heading over to the waterfall, just because, I mean, it is right there.
Right.
No, High Spirits, what are you doing? That Tyra has a family.
Oh no. That's a shame.
Feels bad, man.
Feels very bad. So if anybody is watching Edge Figaro or any of the other runners, do we have a progress report on how any of them are running relative to the 4 on screen here? Are any of them ahead of Ice Blue or in relatively the same shape? Brat has 2 orbs lit. Okay. Putting him on par with Ice Blue and High Spirits.
Oh, Edge is making a run for the waterfall here, too.
Good move. And Edge Figaro is in Mirage Tower with 2 orbs lit. And Edge has the Chime and the Cube, so stands to reason he already came here to Waterfall. So that would put Edge Figaro ostensibly in the lead.
It's interesting, though. Outside of the ribbon we've heard about in Marsh Cave, we haven't seen the other 2.
We've not. Game Boy's right. We have had our victories. So we have a rare 50-50 split on the race here. We have more and more people joining Team Stake every day, and Team Tyro is losing in numbers, but quality over quantity, I guess.
I like that. That's a good response.
And there's a vanilla cube. Is this thing even randomized?
Yeah, well, since the only other things left to find at this point would be adamant and some more ribbons, it makes sense. Oh, and the bridge, yeah.
Adamant is not incredibly useful. Like, I'd be happy to get it, but it's not a game changer because you've already got a defense sword, you've got Masa. You could probably pick up another high-quality sword somewhere. Sun Sword, Vorpal if that's your thing. Not really mine, but it's...
Vorpal seems to be gaining in popularity lately, though.
It is. Well, this is a Tsar Seed, so maybe Vorpal would be a good weapon to have.
It's true.
No.
But yeah, at this point, you only really want to see some more ribbons, I think.
For sure. So, if you're Ice Blue or High Spirits and you're feeling relatively good about your progress so far, where are you going to look for ribbon number 1? Are you going to check all the chests on the way down here to Kraken? Are you going to go up to the mermaids? Are you going to try checking Sky Cave on your way up there?
I think at this point you're not going to go to the mermaids, that's for sure. But there's the 1 or 2 rooms that are on the way to Kraken that you usually see people check, even when they're trying to rush. And I think those will be checked. I also think you're going to see some of the closer proximity chests checked in the Sky Cave. And also, because our runners do have the warp spell, they might decide to warp back and forth and check a lot more of the chests on the 2nd floor.
Most definitely.
Especially in lieu of the fact that, aside from the poor souls who ventured into Marsh, again, we haven't seen any of the other ribbons.
Yeah, the only reason to check chests at this point is to get the 1st or 2nd ribbon. And in everybody's case on this screen, 1st ribbon.
Exactly.
So, I think if I was playing, I might consider a trip up to the mermaids, and if that's not fruitful, you can reset out. But yeah, the floating castle.
I don't see it happening though, just because you're up against so many other talented runners here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a tough decision to make. It's hard to justify when you're already going to be going to the Sky Cave. Yeah, and to answer DM Stewart, yes. Crystal, Herb, and Key are always on Astos, Matoya, and Elf Prince, as is the case with the what you call it?
The current flags.
The slab and the chime.
Yeah, next round that'll be all shuffled as well.
And Edgeworth has named this fight on Ice Blue's side the XP Pinata, the Big Eye Gershark fight. It most certainly is. That was a 2,000 XP fight right there. That presented very little resistance. We will see if Ice Blue makes it to Kraken. We'll see how harsh Kraken 1 is. Seven lobsters, not something you want to see ever, because they're never nice. They have
my
Death
god,
Touch.
Death Touch?
Oh boy. That is a problematic enemy group.
Was that an unrunnable?
I don't remember seeing it say wait.
Even so, that's not going to be fun when you get to the water floor of the Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Yep, took the words right out of my mouth. It was definitely going to be something you do not want to run into when you're going that far down.
The other worrisome thing is I haven't noticed a ton of unrunnables. And that could potentially be also very bad for the first few floors of TOFR.
Or even the last few floors. If you have unrunnable whiz vamps or unrunnable worms, like vanilla unrunnables, those would be a big issue if you're getting to the air floor with minimal resources.
Well, Edge is taking on Kraken now.
And yes, Ice Blue is the first person to light 3 orbs. DM Stewart.
He's going to go finish off Mirage Tower in the Sky Castle here.
To answer DM Stewart, 8 of the 15 runners will make the brackets. Ice Blue is the farthest along of all runners, according to Rumblefish82. As far as orbs lit. This is probably the best gauge we've got right now.
Yeah, Edge Figaro is probably close behind, though.
Mm-hmm. Ice is going to make his way up. Now, here's my next question. You clear a goodly portion or all of the Sky Cave, no ribbons. Do you then go back to the sea shrine and check mermaids and some of those extra chests? Or do you just take your chances and go ribbonless into Temple of Fiends?
If I get really screwed over by encounters in TOFR, I might go back, but I think at first I would probably YOLO it.
Mm-hmm. I personally would do the opposite. I'm definitely a prepper when it comes to Temple of Fiends. I like to get in there and clear it on my first try, so I'll do a little grinding. I will make sure I have all the equipment I need, preferably Power Glove, at least 1 ribbon, and a defense sword. And 1 mage that has a life spell, 1 mage that has either fast or temper. Once I've got all that, I'm good to go.
It makes sense, but then you also you just have to consider how many of the other players might also do the yellow strats, and then you'd be in trouble, though.
If there's any field where I'd feel confident playing safer strats, it would be this one.
Oh yeah, in this race, it's very different doing a large race versus just one-on-one, because the strats change completely. Usually, when you're doing a one-on-one, you kind of base it off of things that your opponent is prone to doing typically.
Sure. Yeah, scouting can come into play. I know that I scouted my opponents in the last tournament. My scouting of Miot, I think, was what ended up, aside from some good luck on Chaos, was what won me the race, the 2 races against Miot. And I know that Will Cleosis is a big fan of doing some scouting, and there's other runners who do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Everybody is able to do it, so... Mm-hmm. But then, of course, you always do have the chance that somebody is just going to be like, oh, I'm not going to play like myself today.
Right.
Nightmares with Dazzle, interesting.
Yep. And this is why you want to have ribbons. Because
and it looks like Lobster's got High Spirits Red Mage.
Ouchie.
As I like to call them, the lobstrosities. If you get that reference, you have my undying love.
I wish I did. But it just sounded good. Thorhammer picked up. Great replacement for the Zeus Gauntlet.
Wow.
Edge Figaro got a Wormat kill, apparently.
the High Spirits really got wrecked by those lobsters.
Yep. It did not go well. So falls a little bit farther behind Ice Blue, but still in great shape relative to the rest of the field. Oh, apparently that was a Dark Tower reference. I guess I should have gotten
It was!
I should have gotten that. So Invenerable and Fragbait, you win some RPG chick points.
Yep. Major, major, major points in my book.
Mm-hmm. Ice Blue, of course, skipping the asterisk room, or as I colloquially call it, the cat's rear end room, and going up to the top floor. And I think I'm the only person who calls it that, but I mean, you know, it'll catch on. This top floor has better chest density, so if you find something up here, it's a better play.
Why did you do that?
Why would I name it that?
Yes, why would you? I understand. I have 2 cats. It just
then that's why. That's why. Because I like to take things a little farther than they ought to go.
Oh, goodness.
No other reason. Nothing terribly fantastic yet on this second to last or third to last floor of the Sky Cave.
Yeah.
Waters, I called it the cat's rear end room because I can't.
Oh, there's the ribbon.
Fantastic. So that's our second ribbon find so far. Since I can't use profanities on stream and prefer not to, yeah, it's the cat's rear end room. I'll let you extrapolate from that what I call it on my own stream. And Ice Blue, yeah, I'd say he's good to go.
You know, interesting though, considering where the remaining treasure densities are. So we know there was a ribbon in Marsh. We know there's a ribbon up here. Mm-hmm. It might actually be likely that there's a ribbon on the top of the Sea Cave.
Mm-hmm. Or the Temple of Fiends.
Right.
I don't think we've seen the crown chests in TOF, in regular TOF.
Not from many of these runners anyway, no.
No. Ribbon has been found somewhere in C, so I was right about that.
Okay, so we know where our 3 ribbons are, so...
Fantastic.
I don't see these runners hunting around C for the ribbon that's here, but I'm pretty sure, especially because it wasn't that easy 4-chest room, they'll probably pick up that one.
If I'm Ice Blue,
Hopefully.
I don't go back. Ice Blue with 1 ribbon and with dragon armor and a pro ring, it's not necessarily worth it.
No, I don't think so, because his fighter is pretty impervious at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, put that ribbon on the white mage so that you can recover. Or, I'm trying to remember if the red mage has the life spell. Like, you can put that on whichever of them has enough life spells to get by.
And High Spirits is making his beeline for Kraken, probably praying he doesn't run into any more of the lobstrosities.
Yes. Not a good time. Ice Blue chopping up some nachos. And all the runners now have 1 orb lit. Thank you, D-Spags, for the update. And everybody is still in the running for these 8 spots.
Oh my gosh, lobsters, please stop.
Invenerable, I'm always hungry. It never fails.
Kind of surprised he's taking this nacho fight.
Yeah, it's good XP. Level 24 is a fantastic level to be at for the fighter with Amasa, because that's going to be 5 hits.
Oh yeah, no, that I agree with, but there's probably going to be unrunnables in TOFR that he could have gotten that last level on.
Mm-hmm. That's true. So Rumblefish correcting us and saying one player has no orbs lit. Yeah, Game Boy, we know Bismarck is Team Steak. That's not a surprise to me at all.
Oh man, these sorcerers with sleep is cruel.
Yep. Luckily, sleep goes away after one turn, no matter what. But it's still a pain in the butt. Fade takes care of all of them.
And Kraken is down for high spirits.
There we are. So his 3 orbs. Pending something really weird happening, Ice Blue is about to get his 4th orb.
Right, this will be our first look at Tiamat.
Mm-hmm. Now,
can anybody slow?
Can anybody update us on Edge Figaro? Does he have his 4th orb lit, or is he close? Or has anybody surpassed him elsewhere?
It looks like Tiamat rolled some very high absorb here. 5 hits and only 70 damage from the knight.
Dang, that's gonna be harsh. This is a good place to break out a Brack spell or Bane spell.
Yeah, and she's got Blaze so far. Blaze and Slow, what I've seen from Tiamat.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, the knight's going to take care of Tiamat, but you don't want to extend this fight longer than it has to go.
No, because we don't want to see what else she has. Oh, there we go.
Done and done.
951, very nice.
So Edge Figaro is going to be catching up to High Spirits now. And Edgeworth, who also has 3 orbs. The question is Ice Blue going to do any more shopping, other than refreshing the gear?
I think Ice Blue made the necessary stops to pick up pro rings and things like that already.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's just going to go right ahead, refresh his inventory, as you said, and run right into TOFR.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely prepped on levels, provided nothing inordinately crazy happens in TOFR. He might be our first finisher, but this,
right. And again, with Power Gauntlet and Defense Sword and all this lovely stuff that we've got, he should be in good shape.
As long as he mitigates his resources, like his heal potions, well enough, and doesn't take some crazy deaths on both mages, he's in fantastic shape.
Yeah, the only thing I think we're really lacking here is an AoE heal spell, because you reminded me about the QR4, but I don't know that anybody really has a major heal spell.
Doesn't seem like it.
Because heal 3 is always nice to have.
It is. I would say that with a 3-man party like Ice Blue's got, the heal potion situation's a lot better, because you're only healing 3 people. Whereas with Edgeworth, he's got a 4-person party, and that healing mitigation is going to be a little bit tougher.
Right.
And Broadster finishing with 4 orbs, or finish up his 4th fiend. So we now have 2 people eligible for Temple of Fiends, one of them in.
Well, 3 if you count Edge Figaro now.
Okay, Edge Figaro as well.
Yep, according to chat, Edge Figaro brought, and of course we have our own Ice Blue, all in or eligible for TOFR.
Mm-hmm. We had a heal staff and some cash in the validation chests.
Heal staff is a nice little AoE heal, at least. It's not the best, but it's better than absolutely nothing.
Correct.
Yes, to answer your chat, your question in chat, it is the same seed on all 4 channels. It is one massive race.
Yes. Yep, 15 players qualifying for 8 spots. The first 8 finishers will get put into the bracket round. The other 7 will not.
Yeah, this was a extremely massive attempt to make sure that everybody kind of got a place to be seen. And
for the sake of making things fair for everyone, everyone's playing the same seed.
And it looks like High Spirits is grinding a little bit on the vampires, which is not an awful idea. They do give some good experience. But he's about to be very disappointed with these chests.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, opal bracelet. I don't think we saw that. I don't think we noticed that before. But that's a nice pickup.
Definitely. Brat's doing the key quest. Yeah, Ice Blue's got a pretty decent lead here.
It's interesting. Until you play Randomizer, you never actually realize which rooms are key locked in places you would never expect them to be, like the one random room in the sea cave here.
So he lost his white mage and had to nope out. Refresh some heal potions. There's definitely a detriment to having only a knight, a red wizard, and a white wizard, and that is none of them are particularly good at running away from fights. Black mage and thief, of course, are. And neither of those are making an appearance in Ice Blue's party. Luckily, worms are runnable. All we have
is the sad hat that the black mage used to occupy.
Mm-hmm. Just a pile of blue robe and hat. Gasties are runnable. Phantom's runnable. So... Oh, vanilla, unrunnable, Frost Giant, Frost Wolf fight. I don't remember. I didn't catch that the first time around, so...
This fight is such a pain in the butt. I hate this unrunnable, just because there's different weaknesses for the two different enemies.
It's a real pain in the butt. Supremacy, yes. Odds are it's for the XP, not having to toad around a fourth character who, by all rights, doesn't have a lot to offer the party that the red mage doesn't already have covered.
I think if we had seen some better black magic spells earlier on, that might have been a different scenario, but because we didn't see things like...
Yep, we're right there with you. Right there with you, Ice.
Because we didn't see things like nuke until level 6, yeah, like Will said, it didn't really pay.
Edgeworth getting his ribbon reward.
High Spirit seems to be checking a lot more of these chests here in the Sky Castle.
Will Cleosis has 3 orbs heading to Sky Tower. Ice almost on that earth floor, and there he is.
From the way it sounds in chat, it sounds like Edge Figaro is trucking past these fiends one by one and is past Carry 2 at this point.
Wow, Edge Figaro really, really caught up.
But we still have the real gatekeepers, which is Kraken 2 and Tiamat 2, because, man, I've seen so many party wipes on those two.
Oh, yeah. Change things around very easily. And a Sun Sword found. That's a good pickup. And the Bane Sword.
Nice.
Yeah, you've got weapons here for your Knight and for your Red Wizard.
Plus, Bane strats never hurt when you're trying to get rid of Tiamat.
Definitely. Probably throw that on my Black Wizard for the time being.
Yeah, so considering that High Spirits is checking all these chests, he'll likely find the ribbon as well.
Right. Yeah, I think this is going...
Here's Lich.
Go ahead.
Here's Lich for Ice Blue, so we'll see how he does with this one.
Generally not an issue, and definitely not an issue in this one.
Yeah, that was super fast.
Well, Falconic has 2 ribbons. See if that's a difference maker. Kraken 2 is bad news, says RD Platypus.
Yeah, no surprise on that one to me.
Nope.
Seen my fair share of Kraken 2 just whipping out the party and hitting like a truck.
Yep. Yeah, Carry 2 is really a grab bag, or kind of a coin toss as far as if she's going to be a pain or if she's going to be a walk. Figaro is running.
She doesn't have high absorb. That was a nice hit with the mass immune.
So D-Spag says that Figaro is running a solo knight, what we colloquially refer to as man mode. Getting through Tiamat 2 and Chaos with one character is going to be problematic.
Well, again though, if he gets lucky on rolls, we do have Defensor, we do have Power Gauntlet to shore up the fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Kraken 2, according to chat, has Nuke, and that is something we hadn't seen yet. We hadn't seen Nuke and we hadn't seen Nuclear.
No, nor would we have, because these are going to be exclusively drawing from a spell pool for the last 4 fiends, Chaos and Warmech. None of which we've seen aside from the first 2 fiends here.
Right. Well,
So
nice Brocade pickup for High Spirits.
So we have a Nuclear heading out there. We have at least another nuke or 2 out there. We have a slow 2, which is a possible run ender for Edge Figaro if he gets hit by it. But he gets by a team at 2, who has 2 Nuclears.
Oh my god.
That's brutal.
Brutal.
Ice Blue's in pretty good shape. So, Edge Figaro will be our first finisher if he can get past Chaos. Just kind of waiting with bated breath here to see how nasty this Kraken 2 is, and if Edge Figaro finishes ahead of our 4 runners here. Game Boy rooting for a Cure 4 Chaos. It's still possible. We have not seen it elsewhere.
Here comes Kraken 2 for Ice Blue.
The fast gets off, there's your nuke, and wipes out the red mage. The white mage survives.
This is going to be interesting.
I love the Cure 4 play here.
So Fire 2, not a big deal.
And Ice Blue is going to be coming in there with a full 3-person party, thanks to the white mage surviving.
Yeah, very lucky.
So the double nuclear is the next gauntlet that Ice Blue's characters are going to have to get through. Rubbed! Edge Figaro wipes to Chaos with Rub. Right through the ribbon. Right through the ribbon. The odds of that happening are incredibly low. That is unfortunate for Edge Figaro, who stood to be our first finisher, barring that.
Well, I guess we'll have to see what happens with Ice Blue now.
Mm-hmm. A direct attack on the white mage is not good, because the nuclear will most likely wipe that white mage out.
Unless he gets the Cure 4 off.
Which he
does. It does.
Allie rooting against Edgeworth, sort of, here, with a prediction that Edgeworth will finish in 9th place. I really don't agree with you, but weirder things have happened. And now we get to see Chaos here on Ice Blue's screen.
So let's give our energy to Ice Blue and hope he can get through this without too much trouble.
And wisely
smartly puts his ribbon on his fighter.
Yup. I might even back row the fighter in lieu of the red mage. But
oh yeah, I would probably too.
Just to avoid a little bit of extra damage. We're gonna get some walls of defense put up here. I think Ice Blue's gonna be in good shape.
That was a hard hit from Chaos.
Oh yeah. And already missing.
And we have a War Mechs fighting on High Spirit's side, and he's fighting it.
Oh, my man. You get him, High Spirits.
So War Mech with Ice 2 so far.
Now, if I'm Ice Blue, I might throw a Cure 4 out there already.
And he goes down.
Nicely done on High Spirit's side. Ice Blue is getting hit by Nuclear. His Red Mage survives by the skin of his teeth.
But unfortunately, because Cure 4 was such a high-level spell,
and
he's
it's
out,
done.
and it's
Ice
done.
Blue is our first finisher. SRL time of 1:45:21. GG to you, buddy.
Wow, that was really well done.
Dynamite finish. Fantastic. So I'm not sure how we are doing the screens here for Randomizer 1, but it might, if we're bringing runners over, we may want to bring Edge Figaro over here or somebody else that's in TOFR.
Yeah, I think they said Bismarck.
Mission complete.
Like, Ice Blue wants to do an interview, so when he's ready, we can bring him in.
Mm-hmm. Brat is fighting Chaos, so Brat is in a position now to finish number 2.
Oh, Brat, sorry, not... Sorry,
Ice Blue,
my
GG,
B's
congrats on being the first of 15 runners to win this bad boy.
Yeah, way to go.
Oh my god, that Kraken 2 scared the crap out of me.
Yep. Yeah.
He's like, hey buddy, have a nuke.
That nuke took out both of the mages for Edge Figaro, apparently. Oh, and Chaos had Cure 4, so congrats on ducking that.
Oh my god. Oh, Bratster just finished. Nice.
And
no, I prepared for that white mage since I saw early fade, so I killed the black mage instead.
Mhm.
But I prepared to have, life available, so I grinded that white mage. That's why I worked out when the white mage died in TOFR, because he hit level 25 and had like 380 HP. So I was like, yeah, that's like perfect opportunity to withstand a nuke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely handled, like, your RNG paid off. That you didn't get the high rolls on the nuke roll. I don't think you got hit by too hard of a nuclear on Tiamat 2, and you didn't have to deal with the nastiness on Chaos. So you dodged some bullets.
Well, I didn't dodge all the bullets. How did you like those lobsters?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was fun with the death touch.
Pretty nasty.
I was like, all right, we're just gonna mosey along on our way to Kraken 1, and then my knight's dead.
And such it shall be.
So from what I can gather at this point, we got our Edge in Tower of Fiends Revisited. We have High Spirits now in TOFR, and Brat is done. So I guess Edge Figaro is going back in as well.
So we have 6 spots left for the remaining 13 runners. It is now officially less than half of the remaining field who will get into the bracket round.
Yeah, and chat saying that Maya is in TOFR also at this point.
There we are.
Oh man, those lobsters gave me the clamps.
The clamps! The clamps!
Can I give him the clamps, boss?
Oh, you mean these things I have specifically for... Yeah. Oh. This is why I love you, Ice. I'm dropping some Futurama on me.
It's the best show on TV. Duh.
Got it. Best show off TV now, unfortunately.
It's still on TV in my heart.
That's right.
Well, at least it's running in syndication.
Yes. Hopefully forever.
I gotta bring up this Randomania stream now.
Definitely do that. We've got Edgeworth on the water floor getting into a fight with the Seafood Party Platter. 4 lobsters in this pack. Yeah. And guess what? Red Mage dead.
Black Mage dead.
There's how many people ran into the Death Touch that like found out about it?
Well,
we saw it with you. We saw it on High Spirits, and now Edge is discovering it, and this party is dead.
Edge wiped to the lobsters.
Yikes!
That is incredibly unfortunate. There's nothing you can really do about it because that is something that only can be protected by high magic defense, and that's something that just levels on its own on your characters. The only person who gets a significant enough amount of that is a black belt, 4 points per level. Everybody else is usually around 2 or 3.
Wait, what's a black belt?
What's a black belt? That's a thing we used. That thing we used to run with back when the percentages were in the 300+ range for enemies.
We did?
Yeah, don't you remember? It's been a long time, hasn't it?
I don't remember that class.
Oh wow.
I just remember. I remember 2 different thieves.
Sorry, 2 right now also.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Chat saying that Bismarck is at carry 2 at this point.
Here we go. Bismarck looking to punch his ticket.
I remember having 2 different thieves.
Yes. Nothing wrong with that party, buddy.
Did y'all see how many resets I had outside of the tower? With all those, like, the tyros I got on the tile with my floater, and I was like, oh, come on.
Well, I'm glad you stuck true to your team, bud.
Oh, the way I wanted to order my party, it would have been bad for the wording I did. It was gonna say Tyro food, not friend, and I was like, hey, wait a second. So I had to put the red wizard in the second slot.
Yep.
I just couldn't do it.
No. High Spirit's making his way to carry 2. And Demarine is in the Sky Cave right now, looking to light her 4th orb. Edgeworth making his way back down to the Earth floor. Still haven't gotten any finishers yet. It's still just you, Ice Blue, and Brat who have finished.
Oh man, my heart rate, like, I'm pretty sure if I were to check my watch, my heart rate went up at least 50 points after I got hit by that nuke.
I can't imagine. Yeah, I can only imagine that that's what happened.
Well, we spent so much time talking about just how unfriendly TOFR has been during the Swiss rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very.
It has been one hell of an equalizer, more so than I think it has been in previous competition.
By the way, can we tell you how very glad we were that you were one of the first people to go check the Red Dragon chest in the volcano?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a hypothesis that there would be something important there, and you proved me right.
So the way I routed that, since apparently Rub just doesn't want to work anymore in this game, because you saw how many resets I had with Rub not working?
Yup.
Oh my god, like my controller was about to become one with the TV.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Rub is hot garbage. And
yeah, and that was the only spell we had.
Yep.
So I went to Volcano first where I was like, let's check the treasury. Found Masmune. Oh, perfect. We are leaving and saving, and we're going to go and fight some fires, get level 10. Then we're going to go up to Provoca, get some stuff, and then go check Ice Cave. And that routing actually paid me in spades.
Yes, it seemed to. And Artie Platypus saying Rub only works when Chaos casts it. Apparently that's the case, because that's what happened to Edge Figaro.
Oh, ow.
Through a ribbon.
He was nuke for Kraken 2 for High Spirits.
He was ahead of you, by the way.
I figured. I didn't think I was ahead when I could not get past Crescent Lake for like 30 years.
Oh, Kraken has poison as well. And High Spirits is down to a solo knight. He is in man mode.
Oh no.
And this
now
is
we
not,
just pray.
Yeah, this is not the position you want to be in.
That's scary.
I have this feeling we're going to have an unclogging of the next maybe 3, 4, 5 finishers all around the same time. Now that we've got you two through.
So how bad was it for everybody else with the lack of spells until you got to Provoca?
About as bad as you had it, I think.
Yeah, it seemed to be pretty even amongst how much each person was struggling.
Which channel is Brat supposed to be in?
2.
2. Gotcha.
He's probably giving his post-match interview as well.
He asked me to move him.
To move him here?
He wanted to be moved into 1 or 2. I was like, you're on 2, buddy.
Okay. So Falconic has 2 knights, apparently, and 2 ribbons.
I couldn't... Oh my god, I was drowning for 1 ribbon.
Yeah, you and everyone else. There was 1 in Marsh Cave.
Ugh, who went to Marsh Cave?
Well, see, the thing is because you happened to go over there to pick up that ship. There were a couple of people, a small handful of people who did kind of skipped it and decided, well, Marsh has a greater treasure chest density. I'm going to go check there instead of going back for that 1 chest.
Yikes.
And briefly, High Spirits about to take on Chaos with a solo knight.
My gosh, get your bless RNGs out in chat for High Spirits.
No doubt. You're going to stack some defense here. And I think Demarine just took out a war mech. Look at that.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think she did.
That's right, Empty Eye. That's right. Tyro friend, not food.
Yes, indeed.
Here, you guys can have this glorious picture.
And
Edge
Chaos
Figaro
whipped out his first nuclear, so...
Edge Figaro has just finished. 155.50 is his time.
So that's 3 people.
GG to Edge Figaro. And High Spirits looks to be number 4 if he can survive,
no!
but he does not. That is painful.
That is so unfortunate.
Oh, that nuke. Ugh.
You, Edge, you had the fortune of getting physical attacks instead of the spell rotation starting to hit early. That's what ended up happening to High Spirits here. So,
who's Edge going to? I'll move him. Never mind, he got moved.
Okay, good. Bismarck finishing in 4th place with a time of 156.57.
Oh, we're down to our last 4, folks.
That's right. So Edgeworth is working on Tiamat 2.
This is getting crazy close here.
Yes, it is. 4 spots, and I think, 11 runners left?
Yep.
That is... Yeah, it's pucker time. For everybody who's still here, I'm sure High Spirits felt real bad there.
Yeah, especially because he had done so much damage with his first attack with the fighter.
Definitely.
In the famous words of Gyre, do not unclench. Do not before Kraken too. Do not unclench this run.
Wise man.
RD, if Maya has a full party, then it's just possible that his white mages or somebody with life happened to be the ones that survived.
Ooh. Worms, all 4 of them on Edgeworth's side, but gets away and gets down to the Chaos floor, so I think we'll be okay.
It's looking good.
Yeah, Edge basically just has to get... I think he needs to do some preemptive healing to make sure that the AoE spells don't wipe him.
Yeah, considering that we were worried about Edge because originally he did skip that 1 treasure chest, but since he left others behind, he came back to kind of clear it out, so he was okay. The volcano, that is. So, Godspeed, Edge.
And Edgeworth fighting the good fight. And I think did we see a... No, we did not. Okay. He's going to Invis 2. I thought he was going to throw a heal 3 out automatically.
I don't think we have a heal 3.
Thought I saw him go to that. 447 immediately.
So there's Lit 2. I think the next one is has been nuclear for most people.
Some updates here. Hungry Canuck has forfeited, and Maya has taken the 5th spot. with a time of 1:59.34, and I think he'll be our last finisher that comes in under 2 hours.
Oh my.
So this is a highly contentious race.
That's a shame. Does anybody know what happened to Canuck?
I do not. Anybody else?
Nope. I just have RM1 up.
I'm just feeling that Edge is very, very close to being done here. And kaboom! Edge takes spot number 6 with a time of 2 hours, 9 seconds.
Rip
Not 2 to go.
Rip the 2-hour dream.
Yep. But the most important thing is making the brackets, which he has done successfully, and as soon as we can get him in here for an interview, we will. It was a hell of a comeback on his part, having not gotten that ship right away.
So he was one of the ones that didn't grab that chest?
He was.
Oh,
So,
man.
Yep, we've got, what, 9 runners left for 2 spots?
At least, yes, but at least Edge didn't go into Marsh.
Right.
So remember what was said in SRL chat? If everybody beats Tristal, he loses his seedings?
Well, yeah, he's gonna do no better than 7th place at this point, which doesn't count in our bracketing because he's already punched his ticket. And High Spirits is making his way back down.
Oh man, who's gonna be the next 2?
Will Cleosis and Jay Coper not far. So Will Cleosis got his 4th orb, Jay Coper's almost got it. Fizzlebeef is at carry 2.
Man, this is so ridiculously close at this point.
This is most definitely clench time.
Vonnie, to answer your question, poor Demarine's been having internet issues a lot of the way.
Nuke does not take out the white mage.
That is always a good sign.
Tier 4 is the right play here. Yikes!
Whoa, that was super ridiculously close.
Oh no. GG Edgeworth, congratulations on grabbing that 6th slot.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you. Holy cow, that was a seed.
GG Edge.
That it was.
Yeah, GG Ice.
Quite resilient.
It's kind of funny. I was thinking as soon as I was getting blendered in Ice Cave exactly what you told me before the seed. And I'm like, God damn it, he's gonna win this, isn't he?
Oh no, White Mage is down for High Spirits again.
Oh boy, oh boy.
So Edge, how did you like that first turn nuke from Kraken?
Never saw it.
What?
Nope.
Oh, first turn nuke from Kraken 2. I think I need to change the pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lucked out and didn't see that. What got me on the water floor were the Death Touch lobsters.
Yeah, they got my knight twice.
Quick
Yeah, we
update.
saw you wipe on that and was like, oh man.
We've got High Spirits on Tiamat 2. We've got Fizzlebeef at Kraken 2. Demarine is apparently through Carry 2.
I guess so. If can't really. No, she's at Carry too. There we
Okay,
go.
there we are. Falconic died on Tiamat 2.
Oh,
And apparently
no.
Tristal. Mr. Irrelevant Tristal is on Chaos with a man mode knight.
This is where the stress really starts to mount.
Yep. Clenchorama. But High Spirits gets through.
So he's gonna have a rematch, one-man rematch with Chaos.
Tristal wiped. Let's see if High Spirits can make it back
Come on, High Spirits.
after wiping the chaos last time. That defense up. 289 crit immediately.
Oh my gosh.
This is not starting very well for him. Yeah, he's gonna have to outrun the... Oh wow, 2
Man.
crits. High Spirits just got RNG'd to death.
That is ridiculously unlucky.
That is terrible. And apparently everyone is in Topher. So any lead that there was is gone.
That's what I figured at this point. It's just like you're just getting blundered by the great equalizer.
It is coin toss time. Who can get through Kraken 2 without losing everything but a knight?
Of course, we can blame Czar for this.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is RNG. This is definitely RNG.
I'm just glad I went back into Volcano because I was thinking, all right, I found TNT and ice. I really hope I didn't miss Floater and Elfland. I mean, I lose anyway if that's the case. So let me just redig Volcano.
We were watching you so intently after you finished Ice and hoping to God that you weren't going to go over to Marsh instead of going back into the volcano. You have no idea.
Well, apparently we have Fizzlebeef at Chaos with a full party, so the odds are looking good for Fizzlebeef punching ticket number 7 here.
Ice, did you have a 24 night going in?
26.
Yeah, so that exactly. Like, just for this seed, perfect planning.
Well, so it worked out on my end because I early dove Volcano's Treasury because all I had was Rub, and I was level 4 at Crescent Lake, so I dove Volcano's Treasury and found the Masmune. Mm-hmm. So I grinded on fires until 10, then went to Provoca.
Yeah, yours was the strat I liked the best.
And just from there, I literally took every encounter I got. I'm surprised y'all didn't make a comment about me forgetting the cube.
Fizzlebeef finished in 7th place, so we have 1 spot remaining for the runners.
We just kind of figured you were checking Mirage Tower for ribbons before going down into the sea cave.
Nope, I completely forgot about Waterfall for a second.
Well, see, that's your fault. You shouldn't have said anything and nobody would have known.
So, was there anything good in the crown chest? Because I decided to just make a run for it.
The power bunk.
Yeah,
Okay.
the glove was the only thing.
Bunk was in a dwarf. That was it. I only had 1 ribbon, which I found in Sky.
Same.
Yeah, pretty much everybody who found the ship right away missed the ribbon, obviously, in Marsh. Because nobody wants to go into Marsh if they don't have to go into Marsh.
High Spirit's using Bane on Lich. That's not going to go well.
Was it just me, or were the ambush rates, like, really high this seed?
It seemed like it.
The ambush rate of... what was it? I felt like I got ambushed every time I got into this one battle. Cannot remember what it was, but it was...
The Ghost Party mix got me in a lot.
I never saw ghosts, thankfully.
Oh, no, I meant the Ghost Party mix in Ice. The Wraith, Spectre,
Geist.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I didn't have any issue in Ice Cave. I don't know why. Like, I saw nothing in there.
That's you and you alone, I think.
No, it's because you were prepared for it. Like, when I went through at 10, I was fine. But, like, if you tried to do something cheeky, like dive it at 5 with Warp, you just got mauled.
It's probably because you didn't roll the seed edge.
Exactly.
We're down to our last spot, ladies and gents.
There we are. You have High Spirits getting through Carry 2. Demarine heading down to Chaos, as far as we can tell. But Night Dew kind of gave us a spoiler on screen here.
Yeah, and TOFR being the same way TOFR has been almost the entire way through the Swiss rounds.
Yeah, this has been a meat grinder.
Perfect seed to end it on, though.
No doubt.
But placed directly into trash. Move on to the next round.
Put it right next to the Vorpal.
I'm sad that I didn't find the Vorpal because I would have made a second trip to Volcano.
Yeah.
Shit, I made 3 trips to Volcano.
That you did. And you still finished in 6th, though. What a bad play.
Goes to show you how rude this TOFR was.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh my goodness, will you look at this? High Spirits had just the Wizards alive.
Oh,
But he made it.
Jake Hoper and High Spirits are our lead contenders for this last spot. The 2 of the players who run multiple randomizers. Experience with randomizer strategy is probably playing in here.
Yeah, I've been impressed with how High Spirits is, how fast he's picked this up.
For sure.
And I hope he does. Like, if we do another league, I hope he joins in on that, because I think he'd be a pretty big contender for that.
No question.
Oh, he's definitely been doing a lot of practice, so.
He knows his way around a randomizer. Knows his way around an RPG.
I will never race Dragon Warrior with him. Ever.
No. Nor should you.
There's just some things I just don't want to be beaten by, and that's a bat, a car, a bus, and High Spirits.
And a High Spirits, yeah. Well, I have both of you and Edgeworth to blame for my exit in the last tournament, so but you're 2 of my favorite players, like no bias is being shown in this race, but you both know that already, so I had no hard feelings about it.
Hey man, you didn't place top 4 for nothing.
I appreciate that, thank you.
Yeah, you played the meta stellar, so don't sell yourself short.
Thank you.
And the only person within the community to do a 11-hour thief race.
8.5, but who's counting?
But let me remind you,
Yes.
Will finished, I didn't.
Yep.
You have a point there.
Me and Edge both noped out of that one.
But I liked your Tetris strats, though, in that race. That was cool. Pretty sweet. And High Spirits, with all 3 party members going into the Tiamat 2 fight, is a good spot to be in.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, he's out of life charges at this point.
Yep. So, get through the fight, buddy. Will Cleosis is at Kraken 2. High Spirits is at Tiamat 2. I don't know where Jake Coper's at, but I imagine pretty close. Jake Coper dirt napped. Thank you, Artie Platypus, for the update.
Oh boy.
So unless these 2 folks wipe, I think Jake Coper might be out of contention. Tilo is about to hit the T-map. High Spirits giving it some thought. Ooh,
Tiamat was
fast.
also fast. Jesus.
Didn't know we had that. She.
Thing.
Will is down to the fighter only. We know how well those chaos fights go with a solo knight.
Okay, we're getting to chaos this time with 3 people in our party, so let's... Oh, please. Please let somebody else finish.
High Spirits, High Spirits.
And I won't root for anybody.
We did have another life charge. Okay.
Alright. Bringing up a little bit of meat here.
Full party.
Yep. Looks like it's his 8th spot to lose.
I think I made the right call by keeping the white mage up because I saw that fade charge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you pretty much did everything the way I would have done it. I mean, in all seriousness, like a lot of the strats that you were doing, like going to Volcano early when very few others did, I agreed with that. And you know, your Danning of the Black Mage is a good move.
And chat telling us that Kraken 2 also had Quad X.
Oh, yeah, not as big of a threat this late in the game, but all right.
Still
Well,
not fun.
Mr. Irrelevant Tristel has finished. He's finished in 8th place, but he does not take the 8th spot because he has one of the 8 automatic. It looks like Chaos might be in some trouble here with High Spirits.
Oh, I hope so.
Nuclear only taking out the red mage. Here come the buffs.
Ooh, those nice low rolls on that nuclear.
Tilo has 3 members on his way to Chaos.
Come on, high spirits.
Spot number 8. The final spot.
Way to
secured
go!
by high spirits in a time of 2 hours, 14 minutes, 57 seconds. This has been one hell of a melee with all of these 15 competitors.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That was absolutely the most intense thing I have ever seen.
GG high spirits.
Will Cleosis very, very close. Tilo very close, but they are not going to win the day today. So after 2 wipes, high spirits makes his way through. So let's see if we can get him into chat.
I imagine he'll have plenty to say about this seed, as everybody else probably does.
Mm-hmm. High spirits, GG. Congrats on getting the 8th and final spot here after a very contentious Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, we were told not to do a comment in IRC, so I'm going to hold off on my comment
That's wise.
about that TOFR.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
GG, sir.
Thank you.
And Tilo and Falconic right behind you. 216.34, 216.48.
Yeah, the amount of wipes and re-enters into TOFR were absolutely ridiculous amongst the remaining players.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, how many nuclears and nukes were on the Fiends? I mean, Chaos had one of each.
Mm-hmm.
The Tiamat had a nuclear. Kraken had a nuke. I mean, yeah, everyone got backloaded.
Yeah, the biggest problem was that a lot of the players, like you being one of them, had wiped almost everybody except for the Knight on the Gauntlet of Kraken 2, Tiamat 2, and getting to Chaos with just that solo Knight, not being able to stack defense fast enough or heal, like mitigating all the turns you had to take to power up and defense up. It just wasn't to be.
And that second to last attempt, he crit me twice through those defensive swords for 300 damage. That didn't help.
I definitely made mention of that. Yeah, that was. I said it looked like RNG had beaten you here, and you managed to overcome that twice and come back and secure that 8th spot. So GGT for that.
Thanks. Looks like by the hair of my chinny chin chin. And I got a lot right now.
By
And it
less than
looks like
2 minutes.
Silverfire has finished, but Demarine has forfeited.
Mhm.
No shaving the playoff beard yet, high spirits.
Well, we'll see which 5-0 person I get to play since I came in dead last.
Yeah, it's either going to be Minochi or Salty Fry.
I almost beat Tristal, though. Dang it.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to do was to be ahead of Tristal.
We should get Will Cleosis in here to give you notes because he managed to pull it off somehow. Speaking of which, Will Cleosis apparently wiped on Chaos. Might be finishing for the sake of pride at this point, as is Jay Coper and whoever else is still in this race here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody else has forfeited yet, so we do still have some runners going on the other Randomania channels,
Mm-hmm.
unless our restreamer is trying to bring them up here.
Right. So it is just those two. Okay. Yeah, Will Cleosis and Jay Coper. So for the 4 of you, I've lost count, who finished this race, who are with us right now, any final thoughts on the race itself or on the tournament to this point? How are you feeling about the bracket round coming up?
I do have one comment. We were throwing around ideas earlier in Discord. What would be the worst thing that we could possibly see today? And I think Death Touch Scorpions was one of the things that got tossed around.
And it ended up being Death Touch Lobsters, which is practically the same thing.
It's almost the same thing. I mean, I wiped 3 times in Sea Shrine, and then I almost wiped once in Temple of Fiends Duel.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, who did we see wipe to lobsters on?
That was me.
That was you, yeah, that's right. So they weren't fun. I think the only thing that could have been worse was Death Touch Crew Medusas. That might have been a little bit worse.
Don't wish that on anybody.
We experienced that once, did we not? Were you in that race with me, Ice?
We don't. It's like Fight Club. You just don't.
Don't talk about it. The first rule of Death Touch Crew Medusa is you don't talk about it. Yeah. But this was definitely a trolley seed the kind of which we can expect from Czar anytime he rolls one. But everybody
It's okay.
here...
Next time we just get an Ice Blue production.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's been wanting me to roll.
Can't imagine why.
It's a mystery.
Okay. Okay. So now somebody here can probably clarify this for me because I'm a little unclear about the bracket stages. So are we seeding randomly, or are we seeding according to rankings, records, finish time in the race here today? How is that going to work?
I think it has something to do with the finish time in the race today.
Okay. So we're not going to see like a round 1 Minochi Salty Fry match.
No, they're going to be on top and bottom of the brackets.
Okay. That seems the fairest way to distribute everybody. And then rank the 4-in-1s according to something like Buchholz or whatever you might use for that.
Yeah, I think the players that have same records are just going to get randomly seeded. But since they all came out of the Swiss at pretty much the same strength, that's not too bad. And then the play-in race, where I think it really matters, that's going to be seeded in finishing order. Okay.
So that'll put you up against somebody with a 4-in-1 record. That'll put High Spirits up against one of the 2 4-0 runners. I think Fizzlebeef will be the other person who has to face... Or, yeah. 7th place finisher was Fizzlebeef. So you two are going to be fighting over who gets to play Minochi and which one gets to play Salty Fry. Neither of them a great proposition, I don't think.
Right.
And Jay Coper has finished with a time of 2:22.10, which leaves Will Cleosis as our going the distance, going for speed runner that remains. I believe he's going to keep going because he hasn't forfeited.
I love Jay Coper's comment in SRL.
I beat one person. Hey. He finished. That's no small task in this seed. But I'm looking forward to this, to the brackets. We're going to have a lot of new faces from the entrants we had in the last tournament. Some old guard, some new guard. I mean, the top 3 finishers from last tournament, that being Tristal and Edgeworth and Ice, who are here right now, are going to be in. But you have some new faces like Lord Fizzlebeef coming into this. High Spirits, you're new to the FFR community and definitely have picked this game up really, really quickly. And we mentioned that earlier, so commending you for that. We're going to see what Edge Figaro is capable of. And Bismarck has not been in the tournament yet until this one. So it's going to be a good mix of old and new.
Let's bring Bismarck in here because he's feeling left out.
I'm happy to bring Bismarck in. Bismarck, welcome to the chat.
Oh, so y'all do love me. Hey,
of course we do. Of course we love you.
GG, sir.
Yeah, GG, best friend.
Ice Blue. I will get you one day. Dimmering's gone down. You're next. Mark my words. I will get my revenge on you.
4th place finish is very commendable, by the way. GG for
Thank you.
for that.
So, what was the preferred route after everybody got the ship?
I think that's actually when it stopped deviating. 'Cause,
Really?
Yeah. Some people, a lot of people tended to go to Ice before Volcano, and I think the biggest difference maker for Ice Blue was that he went Volcano first, got some levels in, got Masa, and that paid off. He pretty much led the whole way through. I think maybe Edge Figaro was ahead of him briefly, but it was pretty much Ice Blue almost cover to cover.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I've got a Screaming Speedrunner Hudson.
All right.
Wait, no, hold on. Maybe not.
So, did anybody
Also,
else get destroyed
Yep,
in
we're back.
Ordeals, or is that just me?
In
No,
Ordeals?
Ordeals was easy.
Yeah,
So
no.
2 encounters.
Yeah, well, that was easy for me. The only thing I really had trouble was Sea Shrine and Topher.
Yeah, I wiped 4 times in Ordeals, one to ambush from the sorcerers who put my entire party to sleep and then blizzarded me down. And then Medusa's head cracked.
Yeah, that's not a fun spell to see on a Medusa pack.
No.
Okay,
Sounds good.
so I'll let you send us off, RPG.
So thank you all for tuning in. Whether hopefully you got to see a little bit of everybody tonight, which was what our goal was. And from me here, the RPG chick, and Will Bloodworth, we want to thank you for hanging out. We want to thank our restreamer Noristra, and our 2 trackers, Alligator Brat and Slick Fingers. But don't leave yet, because we are gonna have the bracket preview. So y'all have a good night.
Thanks so much for commentating with me tonight. Please follow the runners, and
Poor guy.
stick around and watch
I'll be done here shortly.
who's gonna be facing you.
All right, sorry about that.